I usually set aside 30% for investments. Kaya nga, actually masyado ngang, kasi iniisip ko, single naman ako. As a person, wala akong masyadong kailangan. This was when I was starting out. So that's why ganun yung allocation ko. Pero now at least mas madami na ako savings, so I have more leeway. So hindi naman ako masyado ng tipid na tipid sa sarili ko. So ngayon, ang portfolio ko, about 30% talaga goes to investments. And then 20 yung akin.
Okay, hi everyone. We're with Tin Militante, and in this video, since everyone's in a lockdown, I want you to see different experiences and different lives, also how they're going through this entire lockdown as well. So, Tin, welcome to the vlog.
Hi Marvin.
So,
Thank you for having me here.
Of course. How have you been? What have you been doing over the past few days? Did you go out? Are you just working from home? Or do you plan to still have a vacation over the next few days? What's your plan?
I've been at home since Monday afternoon. Pero actually, nagtrabaho pa ako nung Monday. Tapos hindi ko alam. Kasi una may skeletal force pa. Tapos nagplan pa kami. And then biglang pinauwi na kami at 4 p.m. So parang bahala na. Like, nag-scatter na lang kami. Ganyan.
Okay.
And then now, lockdown. Anong araw na ba ngayon? Thursday. Medyo nakaka-different tong lockdown na. Kasi you're just at home the entire time. And it's a different feeling kapag talagang in-impose na nasa bahay ka lang dapat. Parang bawal lumabas. So I haven't really seen the sun since Monday.
Okay.
I've been working from home. It's quite an adjustment.
How are you naman in all of this? How are you savings-wise? Are you parang kinakabahan because of the uncertainty, or parang you prepared naman for this moment as well?
In terms of savings, I'm pretty okay actually. It's really the anxiety from the coronavirus spreading that kind of gets to me. Yun, kasi para, in terms of, savings, parang mas nakakatipid pa ako yung pwede lumabas, diba?
Okay. Okay.
The thing is, we don't know how long this will persist. And right now, I'm really on conservation mode. Parang, if I can spend as little, then I'll do that. I've been very conscious about my consumption, let's say food, ganyan. Parang I always think na, open naman yung supermarkets, but I always think na, it's limited. So I don't consume as much.
This mentality of saving, was this something you already planned? You mentioned offline that you've been working for 8 years already. Were you intentional in this, that I need to save money, even because you're much younger than me, and what I've seen from people younger than me, when they earn a lot, especially we're millennials, yung mga Gen Z ngayon, the mentality is, I'll travel first, I'll buy this first. Where did you get that you're saving? And then did you have a system like, I will save this much regardless of what comes my way?
Yeah, I've always had that parang, I don't know, I was brought up thinking that everything in life is limited. So when I started working, I made sure that I have some savings na. If anything, yung disadvantage naman, when I was starting, parang masyado namang madami yung sinisave. Na okay, it could be good, but to the point na parang feeling ko, wala na akong kinikita. Ganun. So, hindi naman rin masyadong okay yun. Kasi, ang ginawa ko noon, sabi ko, bata pa ako. I have the capability to save, to invest. So, nilagay ko, like, 60%, 70%.
Okay.
Investments, let's say, stocks, ganyan. But I tried my hand at that. Na, I was thinking, okay, I can afford to lose a lot of money because I'm young. But, my parents would always tell me na parang, bakit parang wala naman natitira sa'yo? But parang hindi mo naman nababayaran yung kailangan mo bayaran at present? So I had to make some adjustments na I was too focused on what value my investments can give me in the future. Pero, in terms of nasa naman ako at present, ano na, 'di ba? So, I guess, ngayon, hindi na ako ganun ka strict sa sarili ko. Actually, I found the classic 50, 30, 20 rule
Mhm.
um, useful. Pero for me, I actually save about 30%. Para mas gusto ko kasi mas madaming leeway eh.
Okay.
So that's how I do it.
Tapos that's actually good when you were talking ano, and I've been sharing this naman in so many avenues, no, that when I was starting out, I would save a lot. I would really 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 save a lot. Pero yung I guess yung ginawa ko lang is if I felt I wanted to buy something, what I did was nag-business ako. Yung
Mm,
extra income ko, yung kita ng kita ng kita, yun yung pinambili ko ng luho ko. So parang it became a motivation naman for me that if I wanted to buy something, I won't take it out from this. Kasi ito pag and this is a message siguro to a lot of employees that sayang naman that you pinaghirapan mo sa trabaho mo, if you spend it on something kagad na mawawalan kagad ng value, yung trinabaho
mm,
mo mawawala. So yun yung naging motivation. So when you were speaking, ganun ako dati. And a lot of people don't like talking about savings kasi parang
mm,
sayang yung pera mo, invest mo na lang. But I think as where we are today, savings is very, very relevant. Yung emergency funds, people don't like talking about that kasi boring siya na topic. Hindi ka kikita dyan.
mm,
Inflation is beating you. But uh, where we are today, it's very, very important. Um, Question on that, yung savings na yun, was that intentional just purely for savings or how did you split it? May amount dito pang invest, ito mismo uh, pang savings for particular goals that I have or that you have?
yeah, so for my savings kasi, so kunyari yun na, sabi ko na, 'di ba? I usually set aside 30% for investments. Kasi, kaya nga, so, actually masyado ngang, kasi iniisip ko, single naman ako, as a person, wala akong masyadong kailangan.
Mm.
This was when I was starting out. So that's why ganun yung allocation ko. Pero now at least mas madami na ako savings so I have more leeway. So hindi naman ako masyado ng tipid na tipid sa sarili ko. So ngayon ang portfolio ko um about 30% talaga goes to investments and then 20 yung akin na
Oh,
for yung lang emergency. And then kasi yung other half naman, the remaining, I don't really get to parang I really don't want to spend as much as possible. So even though yung leeway ko, let's say mga 50% for my salary, I still try to save from that spending.
mhm.
Konti lang yung ano ko fixed. Parang yung fixed amount ko, let's say fixed expenses, I just deduct it from that 50%. But then I really try to not, ayoko ubusin yung 50% ko.
Galing, 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 galing. Pero
Yeah.
delikado ka, sinabi mo single na may ipon, madami magko-comment sa'yo after this video. Nako, any, I have
At
a,
gana.
I have a question, no. Uh, for those are millennials, and siguro we can also talk about people who are in the Gen Z bracket. Uh, how can you help them? What's your tip for them that in this time, how can they set aside money still? Iba yung mas madali mag-set aside ng money minsan kung if the economy is well, walang fear. Uh how about now when you said it already na may uncertainty, hindi natin alam how things will go, especially for people na there might be people there who are commission based right now, that since
Yeah.
they're commission based, because people are afraid to spend, for sure yun, matatamaan yung nila.
Mm-mm.
I'll give you an example. When there's a lot of fear, someone who's supposed to buy a car this year will say na, ay, yung pang down ko ng kotse, tabi ko na muna until all of this weather's off. So that person who would have made money from that car purchase, that car agent, and then yung banko, kung nag-loan siya, they would lose
Yeah.
income also. So yun,
Yes.
savings tips. And how did you do it on times of plenty, and how are you doing it now also?
um, this is the assumption na meron na silang emergency fund
Mhm.
or as in
Ah,
wala.
we can qualify it. Sige. For those that don't have emergency fund, how would the percentage be for those na wala pa? how would you advise it also?
I think for those na wala pang emergency fund, you can stick with it, saving 20% of what you earn pa rin. Kasi I think yung emergency fund talaga yung basis. Yun yung foundation ng lahat. You can't really do much if wala ka pang emergency fund. So I would suggest to work on that. I know there are some people that find it hard talaga kung 20%. Kung mahirap yung 20, maybe 10, better than nothing. Um, but before you do that, you have to evaluate first what are the fixed expenses that you have. Kasi as long as we live, there are really costs that we incur. Eh.
Mm-hmm.
So evaluate that first, and then after mo na ma-list down yung mga fixed expenses mo, evaluate your wants and needs.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be very objective when it comes to that. And talagang delay of the gratification siya. I know there are some people that would say, tomorrow, baka hindi natin alam kung ano mangyari, so I'll just enjoy today. Pero in terms of having money talaga, it's really about sustainability. So just give up a temporary inconvenience now for so that you can still be a bit comfortable in the future. And then you really have to be mindful of your paano ba? Wants and needs talaga. And make sure to know what expenses are versus like investments. Let's say, for example, if you're gonna buy something that will help you naman earn money now, lalo na sa gipit ngayon, baka that could be, let's say, ano ba, an equipment for, let's say, internet. Because, let's say, if you're a teacher and you can't really teach in class anymore, and then you found, say, a leeway to um, have access to different people and earn from there, then maybe you can buy now. Pero if kunyari, ano lang naman yun, gadget, gusto mo lang ng bagong iPhone na para saan? Para lang ka-text kung sino man. Di, wag na lang. Wag
Yeah.
na lang muna. It's really about, I would say it's really about awareness and being conscious of
Mm-hmm.
what you're gonna spend on.
Mm-hmm. I like what you said about sustainability, and that's hard kasi especially us Filipinos, parang we're so different from the Chinese. We're closer to American culture na consumerism. Kahit walang makain basta maporma, okay lang, or kahit walang panggas basta may kotse, okay, yung ganong mindset. And it's what you're doing is rare. Ah. You don't think like majority of the population. It's hard to say when everyone around you is spending. Sinabihan ka ba ng mga kaibigan mo na, KJ mo naman, bakit mo ito bata pa tayo, let's enjoy. What's the biggest sacrifice you've ever done to uphold your goals?
Ano, actually depende sa group of friends eh. Meron akong group of friends na ganun nga, na parang, ano ba, wag na tayong magbigay ng cap. Which is harder, pero I just set my boundaries. Or sometimes, pag nape-peer pressure talaga ako, medyo more than what I usually spend. Kunyari, let's say may lakad, parang, kunyari, okay, ito yung amount na gusto ko lang, 500. Pero gusto nila, kunyari, kakain mga 700, ganun. If it's a special occasion, I give some leeway. Pero if it was like a random, wala namang event, wala my birthday or whatever, then I'll just hold my ground. I mean, ako naman yung kakain ng pagkain ko, diba? pero, pero it's easier actually to be with friends who are very conscious with their finances as well. Like I have a specific group of friends na when we go out, we check with each other first kung anong budget ng lahat, and then kung ano yung sino yung pinaka mas mababa yung budget, dun kami lahat mag-a-adjust. Kasi,
Whoa.
yeah, kasi hindi naman pwede parang, syempre diba, depende rin sa kakainan nyo. Hindi naman pwede pilitin mo yung isa, parang kawawa naman. So we always keep each other in check. And depende rin kasi sa life stage. Ngayon, bagong kasal or may anak, ganyan.
Galing ah, that's galing naman ng friends mo. Wala pang ganun, oh ano, let's take a census of our budgets when we eat. That's interesting. So people have to save. Tapos, while we're going on through this, for example, those that you think mawawalan ng kita, what do you suggest that they should also do? Or worse pa, I think there will be people who will lose jobs after
Yeah.
all of this is said and done, and it's already starting. Airline companies are laying off people. Some when I say people always think, and I said this on videos prior to this, yung living from paycheck to paycheck, they always think that's minimum wage earners. But you can be earning 100,000, but you're also living paycheck to paycheck if your spending is almost the same as what you're earning, or malaki talaga yung kinuha mong amortization kasi kala mo things would be good, and now it may not be as good. What do you advise? Galing mo mag-save ha. Uh, Galing. Dapat buti na lang may may ganitong opportunity to have you here, guys. Tingin ko sobrang yaman mo na siguro.
Uy, hindi naman. Hindi. Hindi, hindi. Baka ikaw. Kailangan po gumawa ng business after this, pandemic um, cools down a bit. Pero for people who are living from paycheck to paycheck, ito yung, kasi okay, maybe we can break it down to two. Kasi there are people who live paycheck to paycheck. Pero yun nga, sa totoo lang, okay naman yung salary nila. Let's say 100,000 a month. I think more than ever, this is the time for you to really check your lifestyle. Kasi at this point, um, talagang hindi na tayo sure kung anong, I mean, certainly the tourism industry will be hit because of
Mm.
this virus. And lalo na if you're in that industry, you don't know if magkano ba yung kikitain mo next time or ano na bang mangyayari sa company. I mean, baka mag-cost cutting yung company and you're gonna get hit. And don't wait for that to happen. You have to be prepared na. I know it's really inconvenient. I was told before na it's really harder to adjust, lalo na if you've been so used to, let's say, um, certain comfort. May certain comfort ka na in life or parang nasanay ka na kunyari na parati kang naka-aircon or parati kang naka-kotse, ganyan. Pero if it comes to a point na survival mode I mean, conservation mode na, then you have to evaluate what comforts in life are you willing to give up just so that we can, still maintain a certain level of comfort as we try to um, hang tight with this virus, with all these lockdowns and possible slowdown in the economy. So, um, at least ngayon, alam natin, we're heading there. And what we can do is really to prepare. Um, Maybe this is also the time for you to evaluate what really makes you content in life. I'm sure it's not going to be the material things. So maybe the basic necessities if it comes to that point. But if anything, this outbreak is teaching us, maybe it's also an evaluation of how we are in life. Not lang financially, but in terms of how we live life. Kasi it's all holistic naman. It's all interconnected.
Mm.
Yun. So,
What feeling ko Filipinos mas magtitipid sila sa sa aircon or sa food kesa sa wifi. Oh.
oo nga eh.
What?
Kailangan ano pa rin, may human interaction. Meron nga ako nakitang iba, nag-ano i-hangout. Nag-hangout ng mga barkada. At least hindi ko
Mm.
alam kung millennials lang yun pero may nag-conference yung mga mag-barkada.
Okay. Lastly, what are you doing? Are you investing more now, or are you parang I don't know what's gonna happen. I better stay in cash na lang uh para I'm safe regardless of what will possibly happen.
Ako honestly, I plan to buy soon
Mm.
stocks. Dahil because one, that those are my extra funds. I mean, I don't think it's like a no-no talaga to put all your money in one investment.
Of course.
Uh, and second would be, kasi malayo yung time horizon ko I have like 10 to 15 years
Mm.
na hindi ko gagalawin yun. So, apart from it's a sale now in the market, I have that parang I can afford to take on that risk. Yun. So that's where I am.
Okay. Just to share, no, I know you're gonna ask me naman on another video, but when I started, early 20s, yun, sabi ko, I'm putting this for something that my target was 60. So I already knew it eh. I was actually saying that if I start at 22 and then magkaka-recession ng 35 ako, 36 ako, uh, I I don't need the money eh. And sakto, I'm 36 now. So parang, whoa, what I projected before is actually what's also happening. Of course, no one knows when a recession will happen, pero it's cyclical eh, and we can't control what the economy is doing. We can't control how the cycle will go, but we can only control how we allot our money and how we prepare for it also. So ang galing,
Mhm.
oh. Very, very good. Lastly, any advice for Filipinos right now going through this level of uncertainty? Uh, what can you tell them, kasi everyone right now either they're looking at nagagalit sila sa government, yung iba naman nagagalit sa
Mhm.
ba't di kayo nagsistay sa bahay, yung iba naman nagagalit dapat ba't yung kami pinapagalitan kasi nagtatrabaho lang kami, kailangan namin, and all of this confusion and all of this uh parang um how do you call that, the diversity, all of this divisiveness that people are going through, that everyone has their own opinions. What can you tell them to encourage them, inspire them, that while we're all going through this, things will still get better?
Okay. So despite the difference in how we should proceed with things, I think we should always remember that we have one goal in terms of what's happening now. And I think regardless of the method, let's say the government, the um, citizens of the country, ultimately it all boils down to this. We want to survive. We want to be able to live normally again after this pandemic. Um, and certainly, it's understandable that medyo magulo ngayon kasi there's parang the one side is also parang is coming from an angle na we need to act now, and the other side would always say wait, but we need to plan. And I think that's where nagka-clash yung points of view. But um in terms of what to do, I think the lockdown is actually um helpful because there have been many studies about it already. And if you've seen it on social media, it's called flattening the curve. And
Mm.
um, just by staying at home, we are able to actually lessen the number of cases of the coronavirus. So there's that on one side. As for people um, who still want to work, I do know, and wala silang work ngayon, I do know the struggle of that. Um, but I think we can focus on what we can do, what we can control. So if that's the case, I know it's hard, but maybe we can also check what resources we have right now and what we can do to save those resources, maybe money or food, basic necessities. Um, so there, it's a very uncomfortable experience for the entire country and even I think nationwide this pandemic. But at least we know we even though we don't have the cure yet, we know that staying at home can actually um, lessen the number of infected people, and I think we should try to cooperate and do what we can from our end.
Okay, so I hope you guys got a lot from this, no? Kasi in the next video after this, feeling ko babawi siya sa akin. She's gonna ask me a lot of hard questions. So I don't know what it is, that, but the laugh is already scaring me. So it's nice to know more about your life also, and it's nice to see a lot of millennials who are saving well, because saving is not the most popular thing to do. People would rather spend more, or at least yung expectation ng Pilipino na ano eh, na pag naglagay ako ng pera, magiging 1 million kagad yan, or kikita ako ng 100%. They either they want to enjoy the money that they have to spend it, or they want to hit the jackpot kagad. But saving is not sexy to a lot of people, eh. But yun, you've shown it that savings is very, very important. And that's why you're okay now. You can relax also now because ano naman you the 8 years of preparing for it also when everyone did not want to do it is also paying off for you. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So I didn't think I'd feel it kasi honestly 8 years felt like I was, to some extent you will feel na parang tinitipid mo yung sarili mo eh. It's uncomfortable. It's not parang all out celebration, but it allows for sustainability, and I think in life that's really what matters.
de, pero totoo to, I'll share this. And I keep saying this naman yung mga office mates ko before. Ako nagbabaon ako lagi. Tapos
Oo, ganun ako.
kumakain ako pansit canton sa ano habang lumalabas sila and then nagsa-Starbucks sila, uminom lang ako ng Nescafe sa pantry. Pero I knew it that it was a season eh. And just like seasons would always change eh. And I knew what I was yung difference naman sa akin, I did not feel I was deprived. I just felt that this was the season of my life where I had to do it. Kumbaga sa farming, I knew it was planting season eh.
Hmm.
In planting season, you don't eat the fruit eh, but you plant the fruit. If you eat the fruit during planting season, di wala ka ng puno after. So, parang ganun. And I think you're doing a good job. I hope that other people, when they see this, that for those who don't have savings right now, it allows them to pivot. It allows them to reposition that this will happen again. It will be a different shape or form, but the best thing that they can do is to prepare for it also. So, yun, I hope that they got inspired by you. Kasi sobrang galing, guys. I think by the time she hits 40, so super ano na, tycoon na siguro. Yung,
Uy, talaga?
so, yeah. So,
But thank you for having me here.
so, in the next video, she's gonna interview me naman. I don't know what the questions are. I told her not to tell me what the questions are, but it's gonna be raw also. So, I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys. Bye.